Who's got questions? Are we good? Should I talk faster? We're okay? All right. I know it's late. You worked all day. Okay. Nonverbal communication. I don't want this guy working on me. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he works, but he looks like the medical marijuana dispensary is next door, and he went there at lunchtime. Okay? So here's what you got to remember about nonverbal communication. It is always more powerful than the words we speak. And that's what my law enforcement friends tell me. The mouth can lie forever. The body gives up and tells the truth. Okay? If somebody were sitting here and had their head down and said, Larry, this is great. I love this. Keep going. I'll eat your dessert. I really like this a lot. What do you think I'm going to believe? Well, I'm not going to buy into that. Okay. Body language is always, nonverbal communication, always present. Sometimes it's unintentional because sometimes we get into bad habits that send people the wrong message. You know, this means I don't want to be near you. I don't want to talk to you. Sometimes it's just comfortable. Okay? We don't mean any ill intent. All right. It's usually more honest than verbal communication. It always, 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 always makes a first impression. So you walked in tonight, you looked at me, don't tell me what you thought. But I wore a suit and a tie and a white shirt for a reason. Because if I wore my Grateful Dead t-shirt with rips in it, and my ripped up jeans that I wear when I'm changing the oil in my car, and I hadn't shaved in a few days or showered, you'd go, maybe I'm in the wrong place. Maybe he just works here. And maybe he's really the presenter, but I'm not sure I'm going to learn anything. And you know what? Maybe that's not fair. But it is what it is. Because if Roger had his Grateful Dead t-shirt on and his greasy jeans, and I walked in his office and he said, hey, let's take a look at those gums. I'd be out the window, not the door. Here's what we forget that we have to remember, because sometimes business people, leaders, parents, we get so hung up on the words. Am I using the right words? I'm afraid to say the wrong thing. Your message only weighted 7% on what the actual words are. Been proven for hundreds of years. All right? 38% of the message you're conveying is tied to your voice, your tone of voice, how you pause, how excited you are, how loud you are, how quiet you are. The rest is your body language. The rest is your body language. Be aware of the messages you're sending with your body language. And sometimes we got to work on it. Okay. Who here would like to meet people, total strangers, friends, people in the community, potential patients, and get them to like you pretty much instantly? Who wants to do that? Yeah, most people. Okay. So this book was written a long time ago. If you look it up online, you can buy it for about 25 cents. Okay. It's called Instant Rapport by Michael Brooks. All around the world, it doesn't matter where you are, socioeconomic, it doesn't matter, geographical, this is how people build rapport. One group is auditory. It means they like to hear. They want you to say things to them. They want to listen. The biggest group all over the world is visual. I just said a few minutes ago, 80 to 85% of what we learn and remember, we have to see. Not we want to see, we have to see. Or it makes no sense to us. How many times have I asked you guys, can you show me that x-ray? Can you walk me through what you're looking at? And you do it, because that's how I learn. Sorry. They could tell me, well, you got this. It wouldn't mean anything to me. I got to see it. All right. What's tactile? Tactile are the people who they touch. They come to your house and they pick up your stuff. And you get angry. Hey, is this your trophy from bowling? Wow. Is this a picture of you and your kids? Are these the keys to your car? And you're sitting there going, put my stuff down. But they're relating that experience through touch. Okay? And then kinesiology is the science of the study of movement, motion. Some people are kinesthetic. Do you think I'm a little kinesthetic? Just a little? Yeah. Yeah, I'm visually kinesthetic. Put that on a Christmas card. All right? So you're going, Larry, that's great. It makes total sense. These are total strangers. How do I know which ones they are? What did I say 10 minutes ago? Listen better. Because you're hearing, you're not listening. Give me some examples. Okay. The auditory person, you're going to propose a treatment plan. They're going to say, they don't think about it. The brain takes over and they go, that sounds good to me. That's music to my ears. You're going to give me a better smile. They're talking to you in sound language. Talk back to them in sound language. Because all of a sudden they're going to walk out of your office going, geez, I just met Don. I just met Don. And I don't know him from Adam, but there's something about him I like. I think I can trust him. I think I'm going to go back. Total strangers. It's not voodoo. It's not magic. It's not snake oil. It's human interaction. It's being a better listener. Visual people are going to say, looks good to me. Can you show me a report on that? Can you show me what a normal tooth should look like? Show me. Draw me. They're using the language of vision. Tactile people are going to say things that seem more emotional. Geez, that makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not sure I want to go through that. Kinesthetic people are going to say, things like, I got to go home and talk to my wife and fly that up the flagpole. Or let's launch a trial balloon. Or you know what? I want to kick that around for a few days. They're using motion language. Their brain's not telling them to do it. They just do it. Talk to them the way they talk to you. You're going to bond better quicker. Does that make sense? Some of you, you all had dinner tonight and talked to each other. Go home and think about the people you sat next to. And if you had to bet, being a gambling woman or a gambling man, which one of these four are they? Guess what? The good news is there aren't any others. There's four. Four for the whole world. Right? Now, the mistake we make as leaders, as teachers, as mentors, as communicators is we realize which one we are and we automatically teach that way. That's why some people say in classrooms, 75% of the students are lost because the teacher's only teaching to 25% of the population because they don't learn the way the teacher's teaching. And the teacher might say, sometimes, I'm a teacher, I won't take offense, I'm not going to bother twisting around the curriculum or presenting it a different way. It is what it is. It's subject matter. No. A lot of kids in the 70s and 80s were labeled learning disabled. They're not. They just didn't learn the way that teacher was teaching. And studies have shown, as bizarre it is, they're going back now to people that went to school in the 60s and the 70s. Some of those people that went to Catholic school and kept all their notebooks like me. Let's learn how to write cursive. Okay? I was cursed. I was left-handed, and I could write when the other kids were printing. I got beat up every day by the nuns. What are you doing? I'm writing. We don't write. We print. Oh, and we don't use that hand. I'm like, okay. All right. But when they go back and look at the notes those students took, and they show Marshall a doodle and open the notebook, and there's now he got sent to the principal's office because he wasn't paying attention, because he was doodling. He'll sit down and go, that was a Thursday, that was my 7th period class, and Mrs. Mietus, this is what she taught us that day. It's right there, never left. He cemented it with the doodling. And we thought those kids were slackers. How do you learn? How do you teach?